everybody. Welcome to Saturdays with Steph. Today we are working on the Tulips Bloom quilt pattern from Tracy Perks of Rope and Anchor Trading Company. We're really excited to be working on this today. And as you can see, I have a special guest here. This is Julie. Hi, Julie.
Hi, y'all.
Julie is here with us from Arkansas, and I met Julie through all the sewing stuff. She's been coming to the Sewing with Stephen and Stephanie sew days on Wednesdays and all the other things. And she has gotten addicted to the rope and anchor patterns. She considered herself a beginner quilter, but I talked to her today and we have decided she is no longer a beginner. She is now intermediate because she's doing more things than I think she thought she could. So, so really quick before we get started, I'm going to let Julie show you a couple of pieces that she has finished, rope and anchor. Why I put the link for this pattern in the chat, and then I'll talk a little bit and we'll start sewing because we have a lot to sew. All right, Julie, go ahead. Let's show us what you got.
Okay, well, it's good to see everybody. Glad y'all are joining us. This is the first one that I did with Stephanie's sew along in pieces. And can you see that? Pretty good.
Oh, yes, that is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a picture of this. Julie put it in the Facebook group, and it is so gorgeous. Those purples. Yes.
Yes, I really enjoyed that one, and I'm anxious to get it. I'm going to back it with a very dark minky. I'm going to try minky.
Ooh, getting brave.
So see, that's not beginner. Nope. But we're gonna try it. And then I just went from there and got addicted, and I'm probably gonna end up doing all of them. Look at my Halloween hat. I love this one.
That is so cute. And actually, right as we did in pieces, can you lift it up a little so we can see the bottom?
Okay, can you see here? Let me see if I can move it up some more. How's that?
That's better. Yep. Oh, so cute.
Yes.
So this one, the witch's hat came out when we were doing in pieces, and I just think it's so cute, especially if you love Halloween, and a quick and easy sew.
Yes. So. And I'm going to bind, I don't know what I'm going to put on the back, but I'm going to bind it in a black stripe.
Oh, that'll be so adorable.
I think that will. And this was easy. All of these fabrics have come from my stash.
Nice.
So I haven't had to go shopping. And this one I just finished early this morning, and I have put them in Stephanie's Facebook group. Let me get it straight here. Okay. Cool. If I can hold it up a little bit more. This is the heart. It is done with all, well, I have it backwards. Hold on.
Sideways.
There we go. Okay. I have it done with all batiks.
Oh, that is lovely.
Can we see it good?
Yes, we can see it. Oh, so pretty.
Isn't that pretty? I love it. And the background is a very soft gray, and it turns in the picture. It looks white. So those are three that I have done. And yes, I am addicted, I think. And now today we're going to start on the tulips. And I really appreciate you inviting me, Stephanie.
Oh, I'm so glad that you were able to come today because, and I have a special surprise for you.
Oh no.
Tracy's in the chat and she can see all your quilts.
Yes, that is a treat. Oh, wonderful.
So Tracy, we have a person who is addicted to your quilt patterns right here, Julie. And she's done so amazing with them. She was considering herself a beginner quilter, and I think she's graduated. So, yay!
Oh, that is really exciting. Well, that was a big surprise. Thank you.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
So, I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat really quick. Karen's here. She was first. Hi there. Russ is here. Ingrid's here. Charlotte and Catherine. And Tamala, let's see who else is here. Jacqueline, Jen, Jeannie, Norma. I feel like I'm doing like roll call, like romper room. Gia's here. Welcome. Gia said she's lifting and driving to Yellowstone. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome. Lynn is here. And of course, Tracy from Rope and Anchor Trading Company. Thank you for being here, Tracy. I know it's really late for you. Sue, welcome. Glad to have you here. Landa, Lynn, and Math Geek, welcome. And Lynn said Tracy's patterns are fantastic. They are. And they are the definition of beginner friendly. And they're also good for more advanced quilters too. If you want to get a quilt whipped out quickly, or just take a breather after you've done a really difficult quilt. It's a really nice breath of fresh air. So, and a nice way, like Julie was saying, to use up your fabric in your stash. So, yeah. Letitia's here. Robert is here. Yes, Ingrid said that's so exciting that Julie got to show off her quilts to the designer, and she said beautiful patterns. That is so true because as a pattern designer myself, and I'm sure Tracy will say the same thing, it is the coolest thing to see what other people chose fabric-wise because it's not how you imagined it, but it's always really, really cool to see it in something different. So that's really fun for us as pattern designers. So
Well, great.
yes.
Well, I'm glad
Melissa's
everybody is here.
Kathy's here. Debbie's here. Faith is here. Oh my goodness. So many people here today. Welcome, everybody. It's so good to see you all. We'll see how the day goes. I still am having a little trouble hearing after last night. I've got a little ringing in my ear. So I might talk a little too loud. If I do, Julie, you can tell me to shut up.
Well, you sound great to me. So why
Okay,
do you have
perfect.
ringing in your ears? Did you go somewhere?
Yes, my daughter and I, it was her first concert, and she wanted to see Megan Trainor came to our area.
Okay.
And she really loves her so much, and she wanted to see her. And she's such a good kid, and she does so much for me and the boys. And she's just such a good kid that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna treat her. So I took her, but I could not hear almost the whole way home. And when I went to bed last night, I could hear, but I was like ringing in my ears when I went to bed. And I thought, oh, after I sleep, it'll be better. It is better, but I still have some ringing in my left ear.
Oh, that's funny.
So I was like, I think I'm getting old because I used to be able to go to concerts and it was no problem.
Yeah. Well, several in the chat can probably vouch that, we used to stay up and party all night long.
Right.
And
Can't
go to
do
work
that
the
now.
next day in the same clothes we went to sleep in.
Absolutely. If we did that now, we'd be out for 5 days.
Oh, yeah. My partying days are long gone because if I do that, it's a month to recover anymore.
Right. And Tracy said, I absolutely love seeing everyone else's colorways, and I always wish I had thought of their colorway. I know, right, Tracy? That happened to me at one of my retreats last year in Washington. I wrote a pattern and everybody did their own fabric. And I was like, oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, I didn't think of that with each and every different colorway because everybody did something completely different. So it was really cool.
Well, while I work on the pinwheel picnic, is your pattern, Stephanie, that I want to get started for this next week? On one of Tracy's patterns, the spider. Did you see that one? The spider.
I saw the spider. I haven't done that one, but I saw it. Yeah.
I am thinking of doing. I'd like to have a blue background. I'm not good with solids, so I'm thinking, like a grunge, something with some movement. And my spider will be black, but the body of him, I had several fat quarters with like fairy frost.
Oh.
And making, his back, like the back part of his wings and stuff, sparkly.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So I don't like spiders, but I want him to be a fun spider.
Not scary. I like that. That's cool.
And I'll work on that when I'm trying to tackle something that's going to take me a little bit of time.
Nice. Very cool. I think a sparkly spider will be fun because I'm not a fan of spiders either, but that makes it a little bit more fun. Norma said, Stephanie, I just saw your new patterns. Oh my, gotta get them. Thank you.
All right. Yay.
But today we're working on Tracy's pattern. So I just popped in the link, or it should come up here in a minute. And you can head on over there and grab Tulip's Bloom at that link. Support our friend Tracy.
Yes.
And Ingrid said you can never go wrong with grunge. So true. Ingrid became a grunge convert at one of my retreats. She went shopping and bought some, and
Oh, great.
she's never looked back.
I agree.
Yep.
Now, I did post in the Facebook group the colors are way out of my box for the tulips bloom.
For this
did you
one,
see that?
yeah.
Okay. What did you choose?
So I had some leftover fabrics from a line called Strawberry Lemonade by Sherry and Chelsea.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was looking through what I had around here, and nothing seemed to really grab me. And it took me actually till yesterday to decide what fabrics I was going to use. And I saw these and I thought, I'm going to put those in the quilt because, like you were saying, it's all about grabbing stuff from your stash, right? And I had just enough left of some of these colors to use it for this. So, yeah.
That's great.
So I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out.
Well, I got
So
all my. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying I prepped all of my fabrics, got them all cut, and this is for my brain. And then I labeled all the rows. So I just grab a row and I sew it.
Nice.
That's how I do.
Well, then you're way ahead of me because I haven't done anything. So the first thing you have to do after you cut all your fabrics is make half square triangles. And it's all laid out. Her booklets are wonderful or her patterns, and it's all laid out exactly what you need. So I need to make 8 background and what she's calling red half square triangles, 20 background and light green half square triangles, and 2 dark green and white are background half square triangles.
Right.
By her color. So I'm at the half square triangle point. So Julie's going to be done quick.
Oh, no, that's just how my brain works. But I'm also not a pattern designer. You are, Stephanie. So you have your plate is full. So
yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing Whirling Wonder in a couple weeks. When I designed it, my daughter was like, yes. And
I love that.
So yeah.
I'm gonna have to really study what colors. And then I heard our friend Russ. I just love him for hosting Sew Days.
I know.
The 13th. I'm already, my calendar's booked. My husband might as well just move on, do something else. My weekends are booked. My newfound friends, I have just enjoyed on Wednesday so much. And we get a lot done. We get a lot of laughs in.
Yeah. We do that. That's for sure.
On that thread, I really got a lot out of that. And then you had talked to me a little bit before that. So I sat down last night. Of course, I'm a big Aurifil user too.
Okay.
But I really never understood the process of like the polyesters and stuff. And like you said, the minky, the t-shirt quilts. I do a lot of t-shirt quilts. So I just sat down and placed a huge order with I use sewing parts online is I've ordered a lot from them and sewing machines and stuff because I'm so rural. I don't have a dealer anywhere near me. But they've always been good to me. And so I ordered let me think, Glide, more Aurifil. I ordered the one Stephen was talking about, the Floriani.
Okay, yeah.
I wanted to try that. And then I also got several colors in Glide. I think the Filtech. And then I also have the one from Grace. What was the name of that?
Yes.
Yes. So I have a little Rebel machine.
Okay.
Yeah. And I got some when I ordered it. So I'm going to give it a try. I haven't I haven't done anything with it yet, but I'm going to try.
See what people are saying.
Yeah.
Shelly said, hi, Shelly says, your new pattern is beautiful. Do you think you will have a kit for the new pattern? If you're talking about, I have two new patterns. So if you're talking about English Garden, no. But if you're talking about Whirling Wonder, yes. And I've been waiting on the Fat Eighths to get here from Moda, and they just shipped on Friday. So they should be here, I would say, by Wednesday or Thursday. So as soon as they get here, I will put them in the shop and I will have kits for that. Because
Well, that'll be good.
So the yardage has gotten here, but the Fat Eighths for some reason got delayed. So they should be here soon. And Ingrid said, I just needed to see Grunge in person and I was hooked.
Yep.
Catherine said, when are you going to do the flange binding tutorial in all your free time?
Yeah.
Well, this week was really crazy because my daughter had some tests and there was a lot going on. And then we had the concert and all kinds of stuff. So a couple of my kids had doctor's appointments. So it should be coming this coming week because
that'll be good.
Yeah, this coming week, I don't have as much on my plate. The following week after that, I'm super busy again. So I'm going to try to get it out this week because I want to get that quilt bound. That's that I'm going to put the flange on. So
Okay.
Yeah, so that should be coming out soon.
That'll be a good one. I'm anxious to try that.
Well, a bunch of people have asked me about that. And then it was funny because we started talking about it at the Pennsylvania retreat as well. And then when I came back, you guys were talking about it on the Wednesday Sew Day. And I thought this is really funny that so many people are asking about it. So yeah, so that'll come out sometime next week. Tracy says, Julie, that's how my sister does it. She preps each row. I prep my HSTs first.
Oh, okay.
And hi, Em. Great to see you. He said, hi, Stephanie. Today's pattern seems challenging. Nope, super easy. It's all half square triangles and squares. Very, very easy. And it's all laid out in a grid, so it's really easy to follow. And he also said, hi, Julie.
Hi.
And
I have a 9-year-old that lives near me, and I've been working with her. I bought her a little sewing machine and she's just taken off. Well, I introduced her to Tracy's patterns because just the simple squares. Yeah. And so she's trying. She wanted to try the heart one. I said, oh, honey, that's awful big for your first one. I don't care. And she's just, she's having a ball and she's got her little squares. And so I'm really anxious. It'll take us a while, but that girl is kind of like sews like I do. To her, that's a challenge. So she has a bunch of my scraps that she just sews together willy-nilly. And then she's using the squares to perfect her 1/4-inch seam. And this girl's only 9 years old. But she has an imagination that is unreal.
Is she like a neighbor and you just met her and
yes, they actually, this is crazy. They moved here from San Francisco, California, big city, to living out here in the boonies. And they have really embraced this type of lifestyle and they love it.
That's a huge change.
Huge. And they are really enjoying it. And they're homeschooled. So she comes to see me now for an hour. Let's just say she documents an hour for her homeschooling, but she can spend all day with me. I don't care. And so she comes to me. Mama just drops her off and she comes and spends the day sometimes. Sometimes she'll just spend a couple of hours and sews.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Now that I'm retired, that's my dream, is to get some of these kids sewing because, they're going to replace us someday.
Yep. And a lot of schools don't teach that anymore.
Oh, I know it. And you know, that was my one class I looked forward to. Was home
Yeah, I
ec.
liked home ec.
They need to get that stuff back in the classrooms.
Charlotte said the tulip pattern reminds me of the Pennsylvania Dutch style. Kind of, it's really cute. Love it.
Oh. Now that recent one that I believe it's you and Russ doing it, the one with the itty bitty pieces.
Which one is that?
Is it the Thousand Barns? No. Stephanie, I'm not good with names, but
That's okay.
I had asked you about it and you said, oh, it would be a lot if you like really itty bitty pieces. Steven said he was out. He wasn't going to do that one. It's a sew along. You got it in a box just recently.
Winnie the Pooh?
Maybe it was Winnie the Pooh.
I can't remember now.
I can't either. I'm so sorry. I need to write my things down because I'm getting forgetful. You know, I am taking care of my mother-in-law that has dementia, and sometimes I think she's in better shape than I am.
Yeah, it might be the Winnie the Pooh one, because that's at Art East and there's little pieces.
Yes, I think it is. I thought that was so cute, but I thought that might be just a little bit much.
Although, because it's a block of the month, it's not as overwhelming as like doing a whole quilt of theirs.
Oh, okay. Well, see, now that I'm retired, I could do things like that. I was always afraid to join in on the block of the months because I was on the road so much. Even though I sewed, I carried my featherweights on my truck. It just seemed like it was a little overwhelming to me. I'm excited to see what everybody else has chose.
Yeah, me too.
That's gonna be exciting.
So if you guys are making this at home along with us, once you finish, please put a picture in the Facebook group so we can see.
Yes, please.
Oh, Russ said yes, the 100 Acre Woods is what you're thinking, Julie.
Yes, thank you, Russ.
Yeah, Steven said he wouldn't tackle another Art East. He did just fine with them. He just doesn't like all the little pieces. But I think I've done 5 of theirs now, and apparently I'm just a glutton for punishment because I keep doing them. So, but they come out so beautifully, right?
Right. Are their instructions really easy? Like, could I follow their instructions pretty good?
Their instructions are amazing. They're a booklet, and you don't actually cut the whole quilt out at once. They do it block by block. So, because they are a lot of pieces and there are a lot of little pieces. That way you're not digging through 51-inch, squares to try to find what you need for each block. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I decided to do something like that, can I still jump on board?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Do I get that through you or?
I can, yeah, the link is, did you see the video I put out opening the block of the month box?
Yes, if it's in there, I'll get it from there.
Yeah, there's a link there, or I can put it, actually, I can also email it to you as well.
Okay. Because of the being a block of the month and some of the small pieces, y'all have seen my fabric stash. Lord knows I have enough.
Yeah.
There, I'll get it.
Yeah, there's the link there, or I can put it, that's weird. Oh, that was weird. Yeah. Anyway, I just put the link in the chat if anybody's interested in doing the Winnie the Pooh block of the month. It has not started yet. It starts October 1st. So you still have time you can either get the digital copies or the booklets. Both are very comprehensive. The patterns are written he'll tell you that they're for beginner, intermediate, or confident, beginner, intermediate, advanced, that kind of thing. But he writes his patterns kind of like Tracy and kind of like I do, with a lot of visuals, step by steps. I love any pattern writer who does that. And that's why I like Tracy stuff and John stuff. I just feel like the ones who are very wordy, don't really give you any pictures, that can be hard to follow for a visual learner. So
I think that would be exciting for me. I like to challenge myself. So
yeah.
I think that would, and besides getting to sew with y'all is exciting.
And the Winnie the Pooh requires 53 different fabrics, but if you guys are interested, don't let that scare you because it's not like 53 1-yard cuts, right? Like some are just little bits. So it's just making up the different pieces of the different characters. So
Okay.
yeah. So like Julie, you were saying, like you could sew with your fabrics you have there.
Yes.
I'm sure you have plenty to pick from.
Oh, it's crazy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's what being on the road for 35 years and looking around, of course the internet wasn't around then.
Yeah.
And I gotten a lot of fabrics from, and some of it, I'm kind of just donating to charities and stuff, but it was from Kmart.
Okay.
Payless drugstores. They didn't have they had a Joann's, they had a Hancock's, not Hancock's of Paducah. This is just a Hancock's.
Yep.
Fabric Land, I believe. Those were the ones back in the 80s. That some of it in the 70s. I used to beg my mom when I was an 8-year-old little girl, I want to go to the fabric department. Let me buy whatever I wanted. I had no idea what cotton, wool. I had no idea. I just wanted fabric.
Ingrid said, I'm looking forward to watching this all along since I probably won't have time to keep up with sewing it. Still had to sign up though because I love Pooh. Aw.
Oh.
That's fun.
I think you have me on board. I think I need that would be fun.
Yep. The most important thing about that is because of the small pieces, you're just going to want to make sure that your cuts are really precise. If they are, it'll go together beautifully.
Okay. Sometimes I have a little struggle with that. But I'm getting better. Starch has helped me.
It does. Yes. Especially with little pieces.
Yes. I know I am the one that has gone a little overboard on the starching, but it has helped me immensely.
Good.
So, and this thing, the
acorn. Yeah.
Oh man.
So did you see Tracy's new Christmas pattern?
Yes.
It's so cute.
It is. Oh, it's so cute. I need to go back through Steven's videos because he did one of the gnomes.
He did.
And I wanted to see what colors he did his in. Did he do them like Tracy did?
I don't remember exactly what he did with his. I know he did.
That would be a fun one. You could do all kinds of things with him.
Yeah, he did the boy gnome, and there's a girl gnome that he has the pattern for. He hasn't done it yet. But did you watch the interview he did with Tracy on his channel?
I did. Yes.
That's fun.
Yes. Since I have found y'all and have found my tribe, as I call y'all, I've had so much fun joining in on all the different patterns that y'all have enabled me. It's been fun.
So if you are new here and you don't know who we're talking about, Stephen is Stephen Bland of the Idiot Quilter. Yes, he's, named himself that. And he did a interview with Tracy of Rope and Anchor quite a while ago. And that's actually how I found out about Tracy and her company. And then we ran into each other at Quilt Market, and I recognized her voice first because from the interview, and introduced myself, and that's sort of how we met. So that was really cool. But yeah, he did the. I'm gonna say it wrong, so Tracy, please forgive me. I'm gonna butcher it. The Tumte, which is
Humpty.
the gnome guy. So hi, Janice. Good to see you. So if you guys want to learn more about Tracy, go watch that interview. Tracy's very fascinating. She lives on a barge and she has her studio on one as well. They have two of them and they float in the canals in the UK. So it's really, really cool.
I
Very
could just imagine that. How awesome.
Yeah.
Sewing on a boat. I watched one of her videos. They had some trouble with a leak.
Yeah.
And the way she described it, the boat was leaning to one side. And I guess that's how they kind of discovered it. I thought that was kind of fascinating.
And if you live in the UK, Tracy is starting to hold retreats and things like that. So definitely check
wow.
out her website and all that.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, Tracy said, I can't believe how we met at Quilt Market. We were in the queue at Sample Spree and you recognized my voice. Yeah, I did. And
That is neat.
I recognized her voice before I recognized her name. And we started talking and I was like, oh, I know who that is. And so for Sample Spree, for anybody who's in the industry, is a thing you go to at Quilt Market, which Quilt Market is before Quilt Festival. So a lot of you have been to Quilt Festival in Houston or have heard of it at least. Quilt Market is for the industry only people. And they hold a one night sort of shopping spree thing for shop owners or whoever in the industry. And you have to stand in these queues for quite a while, for a couple hours, because it gets so crazy there. And people, as soon as they start letting you in, people run. They run to go get what they want because there's only so much of certain things, and the Moda booth clears out first.
Oh, wow.
Because what it is they let you have access to like fat quarter bundles of all the lines that are coming out in the next year. So it's just like Christmas for us. And while we were standing there for the hours, Tracy had a bunch of friends that were there, and I kept hearing them talk about Tracy, and they kept saying, "Oh, we're waiting for our friend. Do you mind if she comes in line with us?" And I was like, "Yeah, no worries, whatever, because she hadn't gotten there yet." And when she got there, I heard her voice, and I was like, "That voice is familiar." And so I started talking to her, and I was like, "Oh, I know who she is." So, because of Steven's video, so.
Isn't that? And here you have a lifelong friend now. That's neat. That it started out with Steven and then you ended up meeting her. That is cool.
Yeah, it was cool. She's such a nice lady too. So.
Sounds to me like you need to take a trip to the UK.
I would love to. I really want to go to the big quilt show over there that they have. I think it's like in August. Every year.
That would be a fun trip.
It would be amazing. I would love to see Tracy and of course and meet Adam Sews and just go over there because it's their big. I think it's Tracy. I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but is it like a big national show? I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Tracy said the leak is fixed now. Thank goodness. That's good.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. Hi, Jean. Good to see you. Hi, Valerie.
Oh, hey.
Valerie said, I heard the weather was bad in London too. It is cloudy and drizzly in New York City, but warm. Last week was sunny and beautiful.
Oh, wow.
We are getting nothing. I'm not complaining at all because we need the rain. And we are not getting any kind of craziness like the poor people that got the hurricane. But we are getting rain and it's a little cooler, which I don't mind. I like fall. But speaking of the hurricane, we were talking about this earlier, Julie and I. And if you know any quilters in that area, reach out and make sure they're okay. I have a couple friends down in Florida I've already reached out to, and they're okay, which is so good. One that lives kind of in the Clearwater, St. Petersburg area, which is
Mm-hmm.
really close to Tampa. And so I was really worried about him. Our friend Carl that we met at some of the retreats, and but they're okay. Their house didn't have any major damage. They don't have the flooding. They just had some trees down and stuff. But I know like half of Tampa's flooded, so
Oh,
it's scary. And
it
you
is.
know, I saw unfortunately earlier that there's been like over 40 people that have passed away from it, and
Oh,
the devastating flooding everywhere. I just reach out to your quilting friends if you have some in that area, please,
yes.
or
I
any
said
friends or friends that you have in the area.
when
Sorry.
they were talking about the Atlanta area, the first thing I did was send Russ an email, and I said, "Oh, my friend, just be careful because
Yeah.
I've been in some of those in my big truck, and I was able to get safe and nothing compared to what they're dealing with.
I know.
But I follow Bonte Hunter of Quiltville very close because she's a scrappy quilter and have for many, many years. Well, this is sad. Her at their house, the way she put it online, their generator did not. They lost power. Their generator did not come on, and it sounded like her husband had gone outside and was trying to help clear. They kind of live in a mountainous area. Was trying to help get the roads cleared of all the trees that fell so emergency vehicles could get through.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I'm sorry, I choked up. This is scary. A tree fell and hit him, split his skull open, and he has, don't quote me if I get this wrong, but I think it's 23 staples in his head and broke his clavicle.
Oh my goodness.
And praise the Lord that he is okay. But it took them it took them 2 hours for an ambulance to reach them.
Sure.
Because of all the roads are washed out. They live in that North Carolina area that all the roads are washed out.
Yeah.
Asheville and anyway, or Ashbin, something like that. Anyway, it took them over 4 hours to get to a hospital.
Oh my goodness.
Because they'd go down one road and it was washed out, or trees were across the road, they'd have to turn around and try another one.
Oh my goodness.
And it really concerned me because they don't even know half the devastation. Right now, they're still assessing.
Oh, sure.
And several of the roads that they have shown here on the news, of course, I've been up and down that gorge many, many times in my 18-wheeler, and I'm thinking, oh, the supply chain. They can get through other ways, but it'll just take a little longer.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a bad one.
Yeah, I don't think they expected this to be as bad as it was and to cause all the flooding that it has.
Mm-hmm. Well, we were supposed to get 3 inches of rain out of it up here in Arkansas. Where I'm at, we didn't get any, but boy, we sure got the wind. And I really don't even have a right to say anything compared to those poor people that are dealing with all this.
No.
Hmm.
Tracy said, come to Festival of Quilts. Yes, it's the biggest show we have.
Oh.
Awesome. S. Lopez said, went to London, Liverpool, and Paris in March. Be ready to walk. And Sue said, I just signed up for Tracy's newsletter. Awesome.
Oh, good.
S. Lopez said, Leah Louise had damage, but they are safe. Good.
Good.
And Russ did say that there was a lot of water in his area, but he didn't like it's not no negative effect to him or
Well,
his home.
good.
So
Has anybody heard from Nancy that's in our sewing group on Wednesday?
no, but we don't typically hear from her until
Okay.
until Wednesday. So if
But
we don't
she's
hear from
somewhere
her on
down there.
Wednesday,
Is she in Florida or is she up there near Russ?
no, she's up there near Russ.
Okay.
I think she's on the other side of Atlanta from him.
Okay.
So hopefully she's okay too. Yep.
I hope so.
Hi, Patricia. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Good to see you. Russ said Nancy's area should have been mostly fine too. She's near where one of my coworkers is. Okay, good.
Okay, great. Thank you, Russ. Good deal.
So if you know people, check on your people, guys.
Mm-hmm. I really never realized how powerful water is.
Right.
It just, wow. I seen a full-size mobile home floating down the middle of the street in town.
Wow.
It took it plumb off its foundation.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So,
Chain piecing, guys. Chain piece your half square triangles.
a lot easier.
Karen said, I finally got a new sewing machine after 6 long weeks, so I'm playing catch up and actually sewing. Woohoo!
Oh, how fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What kind of machine did you end up choosing, Karen? Pauline said, hello, I thought I printed the pattern but can't find it. I will have to catch up. Oh, I have done that so many times. Now, Julie, you sew on a straight stitch machine, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I have oh gosh, what is that model? It's an old Juki. I've had it forever. I'm gonna get up and look and see. It's right here. It's a TL98Q Juki that I bought 15 years ago through the Grace Company and bought one of their tables, and it's all wood. That has the 3-rail system where you put the batting and your backing, and a lot like your long arm table. And anyway, I've had it about 15 years, and it has sewed many and many quilts together.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have I have a lot of sewing machines. I have the newest one I purchased was a DX 1500 QVP Juki.
Oh, nice.
And then I don't know because I don't have it in here. I have the little Janome that I can move around. It's the small one. I don't remember what the number is for the Janome, but I have an extensive collection of vintage and antique sewing machines.
Oh, wow.
I have probably over 30.
Everybody's saying congratulations to Karen on the new machine. Yeah,
Yes.
that's so awesome. She said she got a Juki HSLDX5.
Okay.
Very cool. She said she wanted a Janome but couldn't get it financially. Understandable.
Yeah.
But you're gonna like your Juki, I'm sure. They're good machines.
I like the Janome too. I want to get the one that you have, Stephanie. Just because I'm kind of like Steven. I don't need it, but just because.
Because
I just wanted. I had a little fund that I had been putting money in for many, many years for fund money for when I retired. Well, I still had 6 years to go. And then all of this happened with the family. And so it kind of threw me into early retirement. And I thought, hey, that's my money that I've been saving for over 35 years. And I'm going to be spending it. So, boy, I'm not slowing down.
Are you still thinking about an embroidery machine?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was watching your video on the threads and stuff. And I almost just said, I'm going to go ahead and just get it. I'll figure out where to put it. And it's not like it's going to go bad.
Yeah, no.
So I'm looking at, it won't be long.
Okay. So one of these days you'll pop up in the sew day, be like, look, got it.
Because I kind of do things, like that. I just all of a sudden, well, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I would really like to have that. I would like to have the straight stitch Janome that you have. And then I'd like to have the 550E.
Well, I can't warn you against the 550E because I'm having so much fun with it.
Right. Oh, and I know everybody, those, the turkeys that Steven did on his. Oh my goodness.
So cute, right?
Oh, I was like, that is just adorable.
Yep.
Have you done anything on a sweatshirt yet?
I have not. I'm busy I'm going to do something for, do you remember were you there on Wednesday? You were there on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How I was saying about making my swap partner something.
I don't remember that.
Well, were you not there at that point? Okay. So Jeannie had come up with a good idea because I didn't have fabric that would work for the lady because she likes scary Halloween and I'm not scary.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now I'm working on, I found a skull pattern that's kind of like the sugar skulls.
Uh-huh.
And it's got 6 different colors. So I'm going to work on that. So that'll be the next thing I do.
Oh, that is going to be cute.
And I'll put that on the side of her bag. So that was such a good idea from Jeannie. I was so glad she came up with that because I really was at a loss of what to do.
I remember you showing that now.
Yeah.
Are you going to still use the colors, if I'm not mistaken, were like dark, bright pinks and purples?
Well, she said she likes all things scary. And she said it's Halloween in her house year round.
Oh.
So she likes mostly black, but she said she did like bright pink. So what I'll probably do is use black fabric, maybe a black grunge, and then embroider that on the outside, the sugar skull.
Okay.
And then put like a hot pink lining.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that will look wonderful.
I think that would be cute.
Yeah.
That's the best I can come up with because I can't do scary. I am such a scaredy baby. I don't like anything like scary movies or I don't have any scary fabric or anything.
Fun scary, if that makes sense. when they came out with, and you and I discussed this, that creek, was it Creekville?
Oh, the one for that Zoe I had?
Yes. Oh,
Yes, that
I
was
didn't.
freaky.
Now that is too much. That's
Yeah.
too much for me. I didn't like that.
And that's the kind of stuff my partner liked. And I was like, ooh, I
Oh,
can't
wow.
do it.
Boy, talk about misfits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a good compromise because it's black and more on the going towards what she likes, but not so creepy for me.
Right.
Yeah.
She'll love it.
Yeah. Matthew said, I'm cutting fabric, so I'm mostly lurking. No problem.
Aww.
And Robert said, Arkansas is a beautiful area. Love it. Been at least 1,000 times visiting friends in Fayetteville and Fort Smith.
Yes.
Now I live in Northeast Oklahoma. Yep.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that is a beautiful area up in Northwest Arkansas. I'm about, I would say, probably 2.5 hours, kind of a little bit north central of Fayetteville, if that makes sense. But it's all, that mountain region is just beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, M asked a question. He said, may I ask something that may be off topic? I recently bought an American-made and American-style laundry dryer. It's fantastic, but are there any hacks my American friends here can give me? So, not sure what you mean by hacks. Is there something specific that you're asking, like something you're trying to do with your dryer? I'm not sure. Oh, he said, I have problems like what kind of fabrics I can put in or something, or do I pre-wash them? Do you mean in your dryer?
Oh, I wonder if he's talking about like quilting fabrics.
Oh, maybe. I don't pre-wash, so I can't answer that question, Em. Sorry. You don't either?
No.
And the only person I know that pre-washes, like I personally know, she pre-washes, but she doesn't put them in the dryer. She hang dries it,
Oh, okay.
her fabrics. Because she always, when I go over to her house, she always has drying racks everywhere with fabric.
Oh, cute.
So,
Well, I did jump on the bandwagon with the starch, and that, everybody is different. That's what I like about quilting. Everybody you do you. It has helped me a lot with that. Now, so far, I've been very lucky with nothing bleeding. I think the newer fabrics are a little bit better, and I try to buy, especially like reds or real deep blues. I try to buy high quality. I definitely quilt shop because I don't seem to have the bleeding.
yes.
I don't have any issues with those. I bought the Patriot box from Sonia because I have a son that's Air Force, and I'm going to do that for him. I'm not going to pre-wash those. I'll starch them, but I'm not going to pre-wash it. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think those are Stonehenge based, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and those are fine because I've sewn with those a bunch of times and never pre-washed them. So.
Oh, yeah. Stonehenge is another one that is just beautiful.
Just gorgeous. That and Chroma are my two favorites from that company. Yeah.
Yes.
We go together. Ingrid said, that sounds like a great plan for your swap partner. Tracy said, I've just added some fake spiders hanging from the windows in the little boat, and they're already freaking me out. You're freaking yourself out. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
So my daughter was laughing at me last week because the boys they're boys. They have Legos, right? And they tend to like, no matter how many we pick up, there always seems to be a few out here and there. And I was in my bathroom brushing my teeth and I started to scream and my daughter comes running in. And I was like, because you guys, I'm petrified of spiders. Like, if you want to scare me, I shouldn't tell you guys this because you're going to scare me, but I'm petrified of spiders. And it doesn't matter how little, how big, I'm petrified of them. So I was brushing my teeth. I started screaming. She runs in there and she's like, what? And I was like, there's a big black spider right there underneath the, like, you know how the cabinet comes down at the bottom and there's like a little like space
Mm-hmm.
before you get to the baseboard?
Right.
It was right there. And she goes, Mommy, that's a Lego. And it was a Lego spider. So it was a spider, it just wasn't a real one.
Oh my God.
So
Oh, that is funny.
she's like, you're crazy, Mommy. I'm like, I hate spiders. It's so funny. And yes, Russ, like spiders in my wine. Are you the one who put the spider in my wine? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that
No,
is something Russ would do.
last year in Georgia, I bought a bottle of wine and opened it and poured a glass of wine. And I saw something floating in my wine in my glass. But it wasn't like, when I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's like just like, I thought maybe it was I don't know, dust or something. So I didn't think anything of it. And I screwed the top. It was a screw top. So I screwed the top back on the wine bottle and went to put the wine bottle back in the fridge. And I saw something in the wine bottle floating in the wine. When I looked in there, it was this huge spider. And the spider obviously committed suicide in the wine at some point.
It was a real one?
It was a real spider. And I promptly dumped that glass of wine down the sink. And the guys were like, oh, you should take, because I just bought the bottle. They're like, you should take it back to the store and get a new one. And I was like, first of all, I'm not sure if they would believe me that it didn't somehow else get in there. Second, I don't want to touch the bottle to take it back to the store because there's a spider in it. So, spider ruined my wine.
Now, I could see Russ doing something like that to you, though.
No, I don't think he did, though.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
He likes his
He
shenanigans.
said, I don't like spiders. Charlotte's Web, the cartoon, terrified me. That was Russ.
Oh, okay, Russ. Well,
yeah, I
you
didn't
don't
think
have
he
to
liked
worry.
spiders either, so I thought that probably wouldn't be him.
Mm-hmm.
Math Geek said, I don't need fake spiders. It's the time of year when I start having real ones try to come inside. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And we have big old lake spiders that get on our house.
Yes.
And those things are huge. And this time of year, they're trying to eat and all that stuff. So they get really big and fat. And once a week, I'm out there with the broom cleaning them off. And, because my biggest fear is I'm going to walk through the doorway in the front door and one's going to like get in my head or something.
Oh, I have something. You speaking of your head, I have something very funny. This morning, the hubby and I went out to check the cows because we're in calving season. And I had my hair kind of up in a ponytail. We're coming in the house and he goes, whoa, 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 stop. He's kind of raising his voice. And I'm like, what? He said, don't move. And he's up there in the top of my head with his fingers digging through my hair. And I'm like, so I'm freaking. Oh gosh, I've got a spider. There's a bee in my hair, something. He comes out, y'all. I'm not kidding. I had a pin. Look, this 2-inch safety pin in my hair.
In your hair?
In my hair. He said, how in the world did you get that in your head? I have no idea.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No idea how that got there.
Oh my goodness. That's so funny. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't a spider because that would have been freaky, but.
Yeah, I'm not really scared of spiders, but now I would have freaked out if that had been in my head.
Yeah.
I would have got a little excited.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Jeannie said your swap gift will be great. I can't wait to see it. I will show it to you. Well, at least like the fabric on Wednesday because I'm going to have it done by then, the embroidery.
Oh, good.
All right. So all the half square triangles are made and cut, and I need to press them all.
Good deal.
M said, thanks. Yes, I'm asking, like, how do you pre-wash and dry quilts, and do you wash and dry them afterwards? Okay, so yeah, I can't answer that about pre-washing fabric because I don't do that. But like I said, the one person I know that does, they hang all their fabric to dry, not the dryer. Now, after I finish quilts, yes, I wash and dry them. So I wash them in the washing machine. on cold to prevent too much shrinkage, and then I throw it in the dryer on the low setting for just a little while, and I get the I don't dry it all the way. I let it dry till it's like slightly damp, and then I hang dry it the rest of the way. But some people just throw it in on high heat or whatever. It's your preference, really. Oh, he said, because I do have some quilts I bought, and when I try to put them in the Asian style washer, it's vertical. It's like a war. Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
Where did I put it? Hmm. I don't know where I put that. Jeannie said, do you still use the electric sprayer top on your Acorn Easy Press? I do not, Jeannie, and the only reason I don't is because a couple months ago, the sprayer stopped spraying, and I don't know why. It wasn't clogged. I checked that. It just, I don't know if it won't charge anymore, but it just won't spray. So I kind of gave up with it and went to the old fashioned, pump spray. All right, so let's get these half square triangles pressed.
When we get the cozy quilt, uh, when we get them completely finished, of course, I'm going to post it in the Facebook group. But do we take a picture of that and then email it to you for the side sew?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I would love to have a picture.
Okay.
But if you don't email it to me, I can just grab it from the group as well.
Okay.
So
No,
yeah.
I don't have a problem emailing.
Yeah, because I want to put them all in a slideshow. I was saying October 1st, but I think I'm gonna give it a few extra days.
That would be nice. Thank you.
Because I know a couple people like you that are like almost there, but they're not quite. So yeah, so I think I'll probably give it a few extra days, probably till the following week instead.
I'm glad you're going to do that. Goodrin of GE Designs does that. And I really like it because I get a lot of inspiration, like you said, what other people do with their colors and things. And then we have it forever to look at.
Yeah. And even if it's not to do that quilt again, like it's just neat to see color combinations maybe for different quilts in the future. Because I get inspired by that. Like, oh, I never would have thought to put such and such color together,
I've been reading and looking and trying to understand color. Boy, that's going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, I'm kind of like Steven. I liked it when he said, just go with what looks good to your eye. I'm like, hey, I like the way he thinks.
I think there's like you can read all the color theory stuff out there and the color wheel and all those things, but I think that's what it comes down to in the end, whether you like it or not, right? And whether it looks pleasing to your eye. It helps if you turn the iron on.
Yes.
I was like, why is my iron not getting hot? Oh yeah, I didn't turn the dial.
You've been sewing all day today and you're not thinking.
That's right, I'm not. Mhm.
But how fun.
Russ of Quilt Meets World said, to heck, if color looks pleasing to your eye, put enough wackiness together and it will match. Oh, Russ, you're so funny.
Oh, Russ, you cracked me up.
Russ does like a lot of bright colors, so his
Mm-hmm.
stuff is always fun.
I love the doggy panel that he got with,
Yeah.
you know, he said he wasn't sure what he's going to do with it. I looked at that and I thought that would be cute to do one of those big, just a big pillow where he could set it up on his bed, like against the headboard. I think that would be, or the couch or something. I just thought that
I was thinking the couch because I know he likes to chill on the couch. So
yeah, I just
that would be
think
nice.
that would look good as one massive big pillow.
Yeah.
I like
Him and his fur babies can all lay on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. I have 2 basset hounds and one of them is in here right under my feet and the other one's on the other side of the machine.
Aw.
Yeah, they come in here with me all the time and just sleep.
They're big kind of dogs, aren't they?
They're very big. They're just short.
Yeah.
Yeah. They weigh, mine are pretty, they're on the bigger side of the bassets and they're probably 85, about 85.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
Puppies.
oh, they're precious. I need to share pictures. They're
Yeah, you should.
big old floppy ears.
them.
They're very spoiled. They've been all over the country.
Oh, they go in your truck with you?
Yeah, they used to go with me all the time. So I went to work for Walmart and then they wouldn't allow it. But they have been everywhere. They're very well socialized.
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Russ said a pillow for the couch that should arrive in 5 to 8 weeks. I like it. Awesome. Because he's getting a new couch.
Yes. Oh, that'll be great. There you go.
There you go. You gave him a good idea.
Okay, that's number 3. Well, I got the 3rd row done.
Awesome.
Do you connect them as you go? Or do you like to just get the rows done and then connect it all?
No, I usually connect them as I go because then I feel like I'm getting something done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You're connecting rows and I'm still on half square triangles.
Well, I told you I did a little bit of prepping, so
Yeah.
be ready to do this today.
Well, I'm gonna do just enough half square triangles to do a couple rows, so I feel like I'm getting something done. Then I'll go back to doing them.
Well, and I was so anxious to see what all these colors that I chose
look like together.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Towards the end, I have to share this with you. It is going to be pretty.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And the pink, I like pink, but I like pink when it's mixed with kind of like other colors and it's bright.
Yeah.
I like a real bright pink.
Now, Tracy's half square triangles have plenty of room to trim them down so you can get them nice and perfect. So if you're worried about that, don't be.
I learned something in our Wednesday group. This here again is being self-taught. Tracy's first pattern that we did had the 1/8 inch, I think, marking. And so that's what I was doing.
Hmm.
And I heard you say you could just round it up and then trim a little off. And I was like, hey, that's a good idea. So
Yeah.
that was something I learned because I didn't really know.
Yep.
So,
Especially when it comes to half square triangles, because if you're just trimming them down anyway,
mhm.
you know,
Yeah. Mhm.
um, now other things that need to be precise, obviously you can't do that. But
Right.
like these ones I think were, well, I'm not going to say the size because I don't want to give her pattern
Right.
away. They were an eighth thing, so I rounded it up to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I did. I get all of her patterns done. I'll have to have a quilt show.
I know, a trunk show Tracy patterns. That's so
Yeah,
awesome.
that would be fun.
You'll have to be sending Tracy some pictures too.
Yeah.
'Cause I know she
Yeah.
likes to get pictures of people's quilts to feature, you know.
Yeah. I visit on her YouTube channel. Should have her email there and I could email them to her, huh?
Yeah, probably if they're, I imagine on her website too.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. If I ever get to quilting mine, I'm gonna send her pictures of what I've done. But
Mhm. That's of course I want to get this one done and then I'm gonna go ahead and put my cozy quilt all together, but I'm gonna get on this next week of getting them all quilted.
nice.
Yeah. I don't have I'm trying to learn how to free motion. I don't know if I
Yeah.
like it or not. So I just end up doing a bunch of squirrely lines. It holds it together and it looks okay. Because most of my quilts are donated. So
Yeah.
it works.
Awesome.
But that'll be something in my retirement years. I'd like to pursue how to do some of that.
Yeah. And Tracy said there's enough wiggle room in the fabric requirements to go up that eighth of an inch. Awesome. For some of us, Tracy, math hard. The
Mhm.
eighths are a little bit harder, so it's easier to round up. So
Well, and there are some people that just panic over wasting a little bit of fabric.
yeah, there are. Mhm.
I'm not.
Yeah. Me either. I'd rather have my pieces and my sanity. My pieces come out better and my sanity intact
Oh, yeah.
than worry about a little, because really it's only eighth of an inch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm getting excited because I think I can start sewing at least a couple rows together.
All right. Well, you put pedal to the metal, you'll be past me in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow and I pin everything because I want it to look right. Well,
Yeah.
someday maybe I'll have the confidence to just wing it, but
Oh, I pinned everything when I was like beginning. So
oh yeah,
yep.
that's good. I still do.
Let's see. Russ said people who panic over wasted fabric don't need to ask what my friend David does with his leftovers.
Oh, is he going to be a Steven? Just throws it out?
I was gonna say, does he chuck them? All right, let's see here. I need some background squares. So without giving the pattern dimensions away, I want you guys to see this, how Tracy lays out each row And she tells you exactly how many squares you need in each row, which I really love. How many squares and half square triangles, and the colors that you need. This is the best diagram. I love this.
Yeah. Very good for people like me that's very visual.
All right, so the first row is just our background fabric. So I used a tone on tone white. So that's what row 1 is going to be. Let's see. Russ said I rescued some Tula besties from the bin when he used my long arm last week. Oh my. Does he not know the rule in your house is Tula can't go in the bin? Math Geek said, I love when patterns includes a little extra in the fabric requirements to make up for my imprecise cutting. Yep. So for everybody at home, what are you working on today? I'd love to hear what you're working on. So next week on my channel, live at 5, back at 5 again, we are going to work on the Bosom Buddies seatbelt cover.
Oh, yeah.
That is a free pattern from By Annie for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So if you would like to work on that with me, my good friend Ingrid is going to be on live with me.
Oh,
But you guys can grab the pattern, and the link to that is underneath that video. And I will also put it in the chat here in a minute. Let's see.
Does it seem fairly
Ingrid,
simple?
she said, I'm working. Unfortunately, not sewing today. Oh, that's stinky.
Oh.
Sorry. Math Geek says she's working on Angela Walters' Build a Quilt Block of the Month. Awesome.
I just want to give you a sneak peek here, Stephanie, of these colors. Give everybody a sneak peek. This background looks like it's wild, splattered kind of wildflowers. Can you see?
I can.
There we go.
That's cool. Is it solids, the other part?
Yes.
Yeah, neat.
I think the green is a grunge and the pink is art gallery.
Oh, very cool.
Isn't that neat? It
Yeah,
is
that's
going to
neat.
be
I
okay.
actually really love it.
I'm excited about that one. How fun. Yeah.
Karen says she's working on her own pattern for a quilt of valor. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And Patty is working on the Designer Mystery Block 4 from Fat Quarter Shop. Robert said, I'm currently working on putting some dinner together.
Oh.
Nice. Make me some.
I was going to say, pass it through.
Right? And Matthew said, beautiful. And Tracy
Thank
said,
you.
that looked amazing.
Oh.
Okay. This one out of here. And Jen said, working on my to-do list for September, October, doing push and pull quilting on a queen size 2-year-old Christmas quilt. Phew, excuse me. Jen, you have been getting all these older projects done. That's awesome. I need to be more like Jen and get some of my old stuff done. Colleen said, that's very clever, Julie. I'm prepping for next week. Awesome.
Thank you. Yay.
And Mary said, very pretty.
That's so sweet. You know, Bess goes kind of back to what we were talking about, color theory. I just pulled some fabric out of my stash and said, I wonder if I could do something like this, because this is way out of my box. And I just started putting fabrics together with it until I found something that looked pleasing to my eye. But I don't know. It may look terrible when I get it all together, or too busy. I don't think so.
No, but the thing is, because you've got the ones for the like the flowers and things, because they're almost like a solid.
Right.
It's really playing well with that background fabric. So
and I made the background, or not the background, but the flowers, the color very deep and rich so that it would pop.
yeah.
And yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it looks good. Ingrid said she loves your fabric choices.
Oh.
Janice said she just started hand quilting her Florence Flamingo, which is an Elizabeth Hartman quilt. 2 designs and only have 108 more to go. Oh, goodness.
Oh, wow.
Jen said she loves the wildflowers.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. Oh, back.
Lori says, hi, sorry I missed it. What is the gorgeous block behind you and the fabric? Are you selling either or both, hopefully? I'm not sure. Are you talking about this right here behind me, Lori? Because that's neither. That's my design wall, if that's what you're talking about. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, or if you saw something else that I'm not understanding what you're asking, which could very well be today. I'm a little tired today. This old lady shouldn't go to concerts till late hours of the night.
Yeah, staying out partying. I see how
Right?
goes.
Oh, yes, she said yes. Oh, okay, shucks. Yeah, that's my design wall. It's actually made out of felt squares. And so it's not a pattern or fabric, but it would make an interesting pattern though. And you're not the first person to ask. Tracy could do it. It's all squares and half square triangles.
In the world.
Jeannie says, I'm getting caught up on Cut and Cut's Tree of Life. Awesome. I need to do that, Jeannie. Russ and I were talking about that on his live earlier, that we might need to plan a day to catch up on that. Tracy said, would love to stay longer, but it's really late here. Thank you both so much for your support. I will watch the rest in the morning. Happy sewing. Thank you, Tracy. I'm just grateful to have you here, and I know it's really late, so I didn't expect you to stay this long, but have a good night's sleep, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Tracy. Good night.
Love it. Love this pattern, Tracy.
I know you did, Stephanie, see the one she did with the thistles.
Oh, love it. Yes.
That I will be doing that one too.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be doing them all.
I'll be doing that one eventually as well.
Okay, good. Maybe you can do that as a sew thing in your busy schedule.
Quilt Meets World. Russ says, I know firsthand that the first 9 clues for a Cotton Cuts project can be completed in a day. Yes, they can. I've seen Russ do it. And that was even with talking to friends and everything, and he still got all that done.
I heard him say he's going on holiday on the 13th.
Yes, he gets a break from work.
Yes. Yeah. I'm excited for him. That'll be fun.
Yep. And I know he doesn't want people to know this, but yes, he does. It's his birthday too.
Yes, we get to celebrate. Yay! Well, then he deserves to be on holiday.
That's what I said.
That was a real honor to have Tracy, and what a nice surprise, Stephanie.
I know. I didn't know she was coming today. That was fun.
That really made it special.
I know she wanted to come to the last one, but that was when she fell off her boat and got hurt, poor thing.
Oh gosh.
She's doing okay, but that was scary.
Yeah.
That day, and she was like, I fell off my boat. I'm in the, they don't call the same thing, but like basically the equivalent of ER. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, I'm glad she's all right.
Yeah. She likes, she had some rib pain, I think bruising, and she punctured like a little hole in her leg, but she said she was in pain for a while, but she's all right otherwise. Could have been worse.
Yes.
But it was just scary when she sent me that message. I was like, what? So I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah.
Ingrid said, I think everyone should have their birthday off from work. I think so too.
I agree. That's a special day, and I agree.
Last year or this year, Ingrid and I took a whole cruise for our birthday. Ingrid's birthday is December 14th and mine is the 15th. So when we planned the cruise, we're like, this is our birthday gift. We're taking together.
Well, Ingrid and I shared the same month. I'm a December 8th.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at us all December people.
Mm-hmm. We're all in our right minds. Maybe.
That might be debatable some days, but
yeah.
So was your birthday far enough away from Christmas that you didn't get grouped in with Christmas, or you still got that?
No, it's far enough away that like when growing up, Mom and Dad would make a big deal out of my birthday, and then we had Christmas. It never felt like the same. It didn't.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Ingrid said it was a great birthday gift for ourselves. That was such a fun cruise. It was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Had a great cruise traveling buddy. So
I'm gonna step away for just a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. So if you've never been on a quilting cruise before, what Ingrid and I are talking about is the quilting cruise from Stitching Heaven. They are a quilt shop out of Quitman, Texas, and they know how to put on a really good retreat, whether it's on a cruise or on land. I enjoyed their retreats very much. So can't recommend it enough if you're in the market for a quilting cruise. Okay.
I have only been to one quilt show, and that was back in the 80s. So they're nothing like they are today. And I was so excited. I spent all day, I was by myself, and I didn't know there really wasn't a lot of patterns and stuff. I was just trying to get into it. And I was so excited to see some of these quilts that I would kind of draw what the block looked like. And I thought I could make that. And I'd try to figure out how I could do it. But now I'm talking just squares. And Wednesday, I will show you the very first quilt I made.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I think you'll love it. And I tied it because I didn't know anything else. Yeah. And the binding is a okay. Let's just say okay. Okay.
I like
And
how
I
you
gave
said that. Okay.
It was okay. I used polyester batting, but the fabric is cotton. And my ex-mother-in-law, who is just, she was a beautiful lady. She's passed now. I had given it to her, and it was small and lightweight, and she was a small woman. So she loved to just put it on her lap, and she always took good care of it. When she before she passed, she knew she was going to pass, and she gave me that quilt back. She said,
Oh,
Julie, oh, it makes me cry. She said, I won't be able to use this where I know where I'm going. And
oh,
I want it to come back to you. Y'all, and she had it for, well, I made it in 1986,
oh.
1986. And she had it up until about, she passed in 2000 and see 17, about 2017. She had
Oh,
it all those years,
wow.
and I got it back, and I use it all the time. In fact, I just washed it this morning. I can't wait.
Oh,
I'll show you all Wednesday. It's holding up well for my first quilt.
yeah. No, I look forward to seeing that. That's so special, though, that it's like lasted all this time and you have it.
Of course, all my grandbabies, my kids have quilts, and I tell them when I hand it to them, I said, because most of mine are just scrappy, I said, these are to be used.
Yeah.
They can go in the wash, they can go in the dryer. You take them in the car, put them out on the picnic, whatever.
Nice.
Now, if I made a show quilt, no, I might not say that. Haven't got that far yet. I think Russ needs to enter, or not Russ, Steven needs to enter his in that show. That is just beautiful.
I agree.
He's kind of like me. He just don't have a lot of confidence, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's beautiful. What?
And Russ said you better wait until I'm on the show day before you share, Julie. I want to see.
Yes. Oh, I definitely will.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
M says, Stephanie, where are you in America when you have a retreat? Where will it be? Although I may not be able to participate in the near future, never say never. And I don't know how to drive. Is that going to be a problem?
Oh.
Probably not, because I imagine there'll be somebody who can get you there. We have a great group of quilters that comes to all the retreats, and they're very generous as far as helping people get where they need to go. So, but I have them in Ohio and Georgia. I live in Ohio, and I have retreats right now in Georgia and right here in Ohio. So Ohio's the big retreat, and Stephen is coming to that one as a teacher. And the Georgia one is a smaller retreat, and that one is not a teaching retreat. That one is a bring your UFOs or whips and work on them to finish them before the new year starts with all the new projects.
That will be my retreat. That's the one I really want to come to because, there's Nancy and there's Russ and everybody's kind of close there.
Yeah.
And I could easily, I can drive anywhere, but that's the one I'd like to come to because I could bring all kinds of work to work on.
Yep. Matthew said, such a lovely story and memory. Sure is.
Mm-hmm. You know how we talk about what is the motto on your sew without judgment?
Hmm.
And in that storyline with my ex-mother-in-law, when she passed, she had 4 quilt tops that she had done, never finished them. She also gave me those. So I finished every one of them, and I gave her only two grandsons, which are my boys. I gave them each one. And then I finished one. I kept one, and then I finished one for her son, my ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave it to him. Everything's good. So I gave it to him, and he couldn't believe it. He was like, wow, that's really neat. So, well, that's something from your mama that you can keep.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Mm-hmm. That's why when you put that in your thing, sewing without judgment, you know, our world's a better place if we can all just get along.
Absolutely.
So I work to make sure I make somebody's day.
Yeah. I tell my kids all the time when they want to try to get sassy or judging people, and I say, look, you don't know what that person's been through or what they're going through currently. And I said, think about what you say to them before you say something.
Yes.
And I said, because you never know what your words can do to a person. Maybe that last kind word you said to them will keep them from going over the edge.
Yes, that's great. My husband's daughter, or actually, it's his daughter. Her mother was just miserable with life, and she just always hated everybody, hated life. I think she hated herself.
Aww.
And when her daughter started, or my ex-husband or my husband's daughter started having kids, she said, I'm going to teach my kids to love, not to hate. And that was awesome because her mom was just such a miserable person.
Em said, I live in a small island, so believe me, I've never been to any retreat. We don't have a retreat culture. And I believe the closest I've been near Ohio is Pittsburgh. Oh, Pittsburgh's only just a couple hours from me, Em.
Oh, neat.
2 hours. So you've been pretty close to me. Retreats are a fun thing, Em. You get to sew with a bunch of fun, like-minded people, and it's just a really good, relaxing time. You almost forget when you're at retreat that there's like a real world out there. Because you just have so much fun and forget about all the junk going on in the world.
You might even walk away with a tattoo.
And blue hair.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. I thought I need to go to that retreat. Not come home with a tattoo.
Well, I love retreats. I like hosting them. I like going to them. But that was such a fun retreat because number one, I wasn't hosting, so I just had to show up and have fun.
Right.
Two, there was a lot of my friends at that retreat, people that I'd met on the cruise that had also gone to the retreat. So it was kind of a reunion of sorts. So we had a great time.
That's neat.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's interesting to think about the people that you meet in your lifetime and unexpected people that you didn't ever dream would be your friends end up being your friends, and got some really great people around me, and I just love it. I'm so appreciative. Quilters are just amazing people.
They are.
Oh, hey, Philippa. She is at retreat right now. She's popping in. She said, I'm having fun at retreat. Awesome. She's hanging out with the kangaroos. Have you seen many yet, Philippa? Um, M said, why? Is it a big thing in Ohio, the tattoos?
Oh, no.
Actually, no, I went to a retreat in Texas, not my retreat, another person's retreat, and one of the people there was giving tattoos. Tattoos, you can find tattoos pretty much anywhere in the USM, any place to get them. So, yeah. And Em said, I can tell Julie's from the South, right? Yes, she is.
Can't hide my accent.
She's from the South and I'm from the North, but we still
Yep.
love each
That's right.
because Julie's good people. I like
You know,
anybody who's good people.
I stayed by myself for so many years, just quilting and trying to learn how to do things by myself because I tried the guild. That was not for me. I just never clicked with anybody. And then, of course, with my career, that was a little different. So you're kind of out there by yourself all the time.
Yeah.
And of course, now where I live, it's very rural. And then I discovered y'all, and I have found my home.
Awesome.
Everything in my life. Yeah, Mama has lots of doctor's appointments, and I have a calendar, and Wednesdays are all marked out. Nobody is allowed to schedule any appointments on Wednesdays.
That's so awesome. You have brought some fun to our group, so I'm glad to have you there.
Thank you.
She said lots and lots of kangaroos.
Oh, fun.
I can't wait to see some pictures, Philippa. I know you always send me some. I love it. Let's see. Guess who Nancy's here? Hi, Nancy.
Oh, hi, Nancy.
And Deborah's here at work. She says, glad to have found you live. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Philippa said Julie has a great accent. Philippa loves accents. Like she likes to listen to, especially Southern accents, because she likes to listen to Miss Pat's too.
Yes, Miss Pat's just funny. I just love her. I like her. But now I like Philippa's accent.
I do too.
I like that. And Nadine's from France.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh, when her and her daughter start to speak French, I'm just like, keep going. I just enjoy to listen to that.
Yep. And so blessed by Jess is here. Welcome. She said, just popping in and listening while I clean. Well, cleaning's no fun instead of sewing, but glad we can keep you company a little bit. Philippa, are you getting a lot of stuff sewn at retreats? Georgia this year is going to be, it's always so much fun, but it's going to be extra special because Philippa's coming all the way from Australia to go.
Oh, that is neat.
Yeah. That's going to be great.
That will be a very special treat.
Mm-hmm. She said, yes, I've been very busy sewing. Awesome. So do you get snow where you live, Julie, ever?
Yes.
You do?
We do. Mm-hmm. Well, our house sits up at 1,500 feet.
Oh, you're up a bit. Okay.
Yes. And so we do get snow sometimes quite a bit. And we're usually when we do, we're snowed in because we live 6 miles down a dirt road with
wow.
very deep hollers. And if the wind blows at all and it's a dry snow, it'll build up.
Sure.
We don't worry though. We get a lot of ice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like ice.
Yeah.
That's not good. But yeah, we do. Yeah, I was wondering about where you're at. Do you get a lot of snow?
Yeah, we do. We get lake effect off of Lake Erie.
Oh, how fun.
So we can get a lot of snow at times. Now, this last year, we had hardly any. It was a weird winter.
Mm-hmm.
It was very mild. It wasn't even that cold. It was only cold for a couple weeks, which is very strange. And we had hardly any snow, which made our spring come really early, but it's made our whole weather be very dry. Like we're in a sort of like a mini drought because we didn't get that snow, which usually feeds everything in the spring, right?
Right.
So it's been a really strange weather year. And we've never gotten the amount of tornado warnings and things that we've gotten like we've gotten this year.
That's what you said. I thought,
so
I didn't realize you had that kind of violent weather up there.
We don't usually typically in this part of Ohio. I mean, it's definitely possible, but they're usually more south, like in southern Ohio. And so that's been a really strange thing this year too. So weather patterns are definitely a little bit different this year.
They're changing.
Yeah. But my kids really love the snow. So they're hoping for snow this year because they really didn't get to play in any last year.
Oh. Well, we had 2 very good snowstorms, but we had a lot of thunder and lightning with them. Thunder showers, I think is what they call it. And I guess it's true. They say when it does that, it puts a lot of nitrogen in the soil. And this spring, we had some of the prettiest hay fields and green, and it just grew and it was lush. So I'm wondering if there is truth to that or if that's just an old farm's tale. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never heard that, but it definitely could be possible. Yeah, we had one very mild snow and we got the thunder snow as well. And it's kind of a strange phenomena, isn't it? To see it snowing and lightning at the same time.
Twice this year, we got the northern lights all the way down here in Arkansas.
Yeah, we've had them too a few times and it's been beautiful.
Yes. That's a real treat.
It sure is. It's just gorgeous. Let's see. She said, can't wait for Georgia. Philippa said, yay.
Aww.
Me too. Can't wait to see you again. Let's see. Guess who Nancy wanted to know where you're from? Julie.
Where I'm from? I'm actually from Arkansas, born and raised in the southern state.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Russ said thunder snow is so awesome. Yeah, it's really cool.
It is.
And Ingrid said, Philippa, I'm so excited to see you in person in Georgia. I forget that a lot of you have not met Philippa in person. I have, so I forget that, but she is such a fun person. It's going to be a great
You're going to have a great group there.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It will be lively.
It will.
And then Russ will bring his shenanigans in.
You
never know.
Always. The funny thing about that is that last year when we were looking for a place to have lunch, because it was Russ and myself and Stephen and Walter went out to lunch, we went to a place called Shenanigans.
Oh.
It was hilarious. We were laughing about that so much.
That is funny.
Yeah. The town where the retreat is so cute. It was actually, they filmed several of the Hallmark movies there.
Oh,
because it's just like that perfect, like picturesque town where you can see that couple walking down the street falling in love,
Oh, that's neat. I got a good look at your fabric, Stephanie. That's going to be pretty.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to get a couple rows together here and see.
That's when you really can see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute before I get the fourth color on though, because that's further down. So I can't wait to get all the colors on eventually and see what it's gonna look like. Robert said, yeah, I know all about Arkansas ice. My vehicle was turned into the ice mobile. Then it broke down right next to the Razorback Stadium. Oh no.
Oh, yes. And where he's talking about is very hilly. That's College Town, and it is right up there. I mean, it's very steep.
Oh goodness.
And Arkansas does not have very many straight roads. There's a
Yeah.
curve. There's a curve across. If you go across a bridge, there's a curve right after it. I do not know
really?
why. And then they wonder why we all plow into each other.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is one state that I've been to a lot of states. I've been to 39 states, but I've never been to Arkansas.
Oh, we'd love to have you. It's a beautiful state. But do you know that quilting is not big here?
It's not?
Mm-mm.
No.
No. I listen to all the shops and things that y'all go to, and it's just not a. It's like Sue has talked about Missouri. I think she's got a quilt shop on every corner. Missouri is very big with quilting.
Yeah. Well, it helps that they have Missouri Star. They kind of,
Have you been there?
I was there a few years ago.
Oh, did you? Okay, good.
It's amazing.
I went. I told you all that on that one Wednesday. I got to go to a retreat, and that was amazing. It really was. I would really like to see Stephen and Walter and Russ, all of them go.
Yeah.
And go to one of their retreats. They're pretty neat.
Oh, he said it turned out he just needed a new battery in his car, Robert.
Oh.
When the vehicle broke down.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to have like a whole bunch of us all go together.
Because I feel like in our little Wednesday group, I just feel like I know everyone.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat, the bond that we have. I would like to go to the new shop that they opened, the butcher shop up there, where you buy fabric by the pound.
Oh yeah, I haven't been to that one because that wasn't there when I went.
Yeah, it wasn't there when I went, and I'd like to just see it. Not like I need any more. During the retreat, at the end, of course, you know, Stephanie, since you do a lot of retreats, you make lifelong friends.
Oh, sure. Yep.
And I would go around in the evenings and ask the ladies for their scraps if they didn't want them, and I'd dig through their trash cans. Their scraps.
That's funny. Yeah, I get people ask me that at retreats too. Can I dig through your stuff? You go right on ahead because you know I'm not a scrap quilter.
Right. I still am a scrap quilter, but I've noticed, and I think it's been more since I've joined y'all, kind of planning out just if you call for 6 colors in a quilt and actually buying all the yardage so it's all the same. I've noticed myself doing stuff like that, so maybe I'm building a little more confidence in my seams and stuff.
That's good.
What are you doing, Daddy?
Nancy said down south, I think they use a snake to make the roads or a drunk person.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Two hot pinks.
Colleen said, I have to say goodnight. I'm looking forward to seeing your quilts later. Bye, everyone. Bye, Colleen.
Bye-bye.
See you. I know Colleen is doing the Winnie the Pooh so long because she posted that she got her box and she was so excited like I was.
Oh, wonderful.
Em said, if I didn't try to get to know sewing, I wouldn't have come across Stephanie's channel and I certainly wouldn't be here talking to you girls. Aw. Well, we're glad to have you
Glad
here.
you're here, Em.
Sewing brings everybody together. I love it.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
Russ, you are so funny. It said, it's not a drunk person who made the roads, it was cowpats.
Yeah.
Is that what made them in northern Georgia too, Russ? Because some of those roads are kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was all the moonshine, maybe. I never knew that homemade moonshine was a thing until I was in the South. Do you guys make it?
We don't here, but my husband's family, a lot of times that's what got them through money wise back in the time. And we do have some friends that make it, and it is very good. I like to use it for cough syrup.
Oh, okay.
You can take a horn of that and go to sleep, and you don't know if you're coughing or not. But yeah, it is definitely a thing, and they still do have stills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I went to a retreat in Alabama a couple years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
there was a gal who came from Tennessee, and her husband makes all kind of flavors of moonshine, and she brought all this stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't really want to try it. And she's like,
Right.
just try it. She goes, it won't taste like alcohol. It didn't. It was apple pie.
Yes.
Oh,
It is very good. Peach,
it was
apple
so
pie.
good, but I was like, I can't have more than one of these because it's so good. I feel like it would be really easy to drink way too much too fast.
It is. I mean, it's that's what happens. But it is when it, to me, people may disagree, but when you make that,
Mhm.
like you said, it was so good. That's how I think it should be made. I'm not drinking that stuff. If you drink it and you can light a fire and blow yourself up, you
Yeah.
know, they have some of that. Yuck. No, I'm not interested.
Yep. I'm not much of a big drinker anyway. I just like wine
Right.
every once in a while, but that was really good. Except I
Yep.
like wine without spiders, but
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not either. So if you drink that, you need to be very careful because
Yeah.
you'll find yourself snockered before you
Yeah.
even know what happened.
Well, I just tried the one kind, and then there was another gal there who was like, "Yeah, I'll try all the kinds," and she had like 5 or 6 different flavors. That gal was having some fun at the end.
Oh my goodness, I guess so. Wow. I really like wine, not expensive wine. I just kind of like just wine out of a cardboard box. I don't. It doesn't have to be high dollar. I enjoy wine.
Yeah. Philippa said, "Is it legal to make moonshine?"
I don't think it is, as long as you don't sell it.
Oh, okay.
I think you can make it and consume it, I think yourself, but I honestly can't answer that.
That was a good question, Philippa. I didn't know that either.
It is.
That's not like an Ohio thing. People don't make moonshine here. So
You think about way back when they were running moonshine across state lines.
Mhm.
That's a no. That's big. You could get in a lot of trouble for that.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what's gotten popular is people making wine.
Oh, yeah.
That's gotten popular.
Somebody on the Stowe Day, I think it was Heidi, was talking about making or her parents making a cranberry wine.
Cranberry apple.
Yeah, I thought that sounded really interesting.
It did. That does sound good.
I think most people that make wine from home though, aren't they making like the kind of fruity wines with like the obviously grapes, but like blueberry and those kind of things.
Right, blackberries. We have wild blackberries.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you make wine then?
No, I make cobblers.
Oh,
they go on
well,
my
that's
hips.
better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yum. We're
And
coming to
homemade
Julie.
ice cream.
Okay, Julie's coming to Georgia if she brings some cobbler.
That's right. And homemade vanilla ice cream.
Oh, yum.
There isn't anything better.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew said wine and beer are a big thing in Washington State. Whiskey too.
Oh wow.
Really? I didn't know that.
I wonder if making the beer thing is popular now. You hear about those breweries.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Am I saying that right? I
Yep.
wonder if that's, I've noticed that's really coming on the scene.
Yeah, that's what we have here. You guys have like the moonshine and winemaking. We have a lot of the craft breweries here.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they're all over the place. They've popped up everywhere.
I tried, I got a chance to go to one and try different types. And that's when I discovered, because I'm not a big beer drinker, but I discovered I really like dark beer.
Yeah, I'm not really a beer drinker at all. So, but I know a lot of people like the dark beers that don't like the lighter ones. All right. Yay, I got a couple rows together.
Oh, good.
Now, got to do more half square triangles. Let's see. Yep, microbreweries have been big thing here for years, said Math Geek. And Philippa said, maybe we can make some in Georgia. Russ, do you know how?
Uh-oh.
Come on now. It's not that kind of retreat. That's funny.
That's funny.
Philip is like, I'm coming to learn a new skill. I'm going to learn how to make
I went to a quilting retreat and walked away with learning how to make beer and moonshine. And
right.
everybody's like, I want to go to that retreat.
Her husband's going to be like, nope, you're not going to retreats ever again. Like, you go to retreats in Australia and you come back with quilts. You go to retreats in the States and you come back with wine.
Yeah.
or moonshine. That's funny. All right. Press some of these. Let's see. Margie said dark beer with German food. Yes, like pretzels and stuff.
Oh, yum.
Philippa said we have lots of micro beer breweries here. Australians love their beer. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Scrunchions. Oh, Sealy said we used to make wine, beer, and coolers back in the 90s. The taxes were so high on liquor back home. The Costco had a whole aisle of wine kits and supplies. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, wow.
How's yours coming along, Julie?
Really well. I'm fixing to put number 5 under the needle.
Pretty.
Yeah.
That looks good. I
Thank
love the colors.
I am really liking this. This is fun.
Yep. Karen said, still raining in Southern Ohio, so I've gotten done 4 Dear Jane blocks, laundry, and dinner. Thanks, ladies.
Wow.
Stay safe down there.
Yes.
I know Southern Ohio is getting more rain than we are, so
Mm.
more of that hurricane weather.
Now, I've heard a lot about Tennessee, North Carolina. What was the devastation in Florida? I haven't heard much about Florida.
There was a couple of towns in Florida, at least one that I know of, that was pretty much leveled. Yeah. So I think they're still doing a lot of surveys to see what's going on in a lot of places, but I was reading something this morning that's on the news that said that the mayor of one of the towns down there told the residents not to even try coming back because it was a town that got evacuated and there's no electricity, no running water, no like sewage, so they're like just stay out. And he said most of the town is gone, like most of the homes are gone.
That just breaks my heart.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I've never been in a hurricane.
mhm.
But like with the tornadoes, for the most part, you get plenty of warning sometimes, not always. But like with the hurricane, they know it's coming. So it's kind of good that the residents can kind of prepare and hopefully get out of there and get to higher land. You know, I hate that material things are lost, but thankful that they have their lives.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I was talking about that to a friend just yesterday that I lived in Oklahoma for a few years.
Oh.
And when I was out there, a few tornadoes came through and I said, hurricanes seem to be more devastating, especially one like this.
Mm-hmm.
But at least, like you were saying, you have time to get yourself out, maybe get your most important things and take your family and go. Whereas sometimes tornadoes, they hit in the middle of the night and they take out homes and kill people because they don't hear it because they're sleeping. And so, yeah. Oh, Philippa said, I'm off to sew. Have a great rest of the weekend. See you Wednesday. Have fun.
Have fun, Philippa.
Fun at your retreat.
Oh,
And Jen said, happy colors, Stephanie. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, that was the scary thing for me when I lived in Oklahoma, because like you never knew. And they can warn you like tornado warning, but they don't know where the funnel cloud's exactly going to come down at, and but
and they can hit at the spur of the moment, just
right. But the hurricanes, they can like kind of see where they're going to go. So
yeah. And I also think water is just, I never realized, I was watching some of the roads that fell through there in North Carolina. Water is so powerful. I didn't realize that. And that is so damaging.
Yes.
I just, wow. If you think about water can take out a bridge that's built very well, like nothing.
Yeah. I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And you don't think about that because typically when you go over a bridge, it's over water, right? And you see this water and you're like, oh, okay, they're coexisting and the bridge seems really strong. And then water takes out a bridge. It's crazy.
Or even more devastating, look what happened up there in, was it Michigan? No. That the barge, the big boat hit the bridge and it fell.
Oh, that was in Maryland. In Baltimore, yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that's terrible. I suppose though, if that was going to happen, it happened at the best time for the least loss of life, right? Because it wasn't during like rush hour or something.
Right.
Not that it's any better that those people
but
experience that, but Well, we're going to wrap up here at 6:30. It's 6:20, so we've got about 10 minutes. And Julie and I will, because I know Julie will, and when I finish, we'll post pictures in the Facebook group if you guys want to see what these are going to look like.
Yeah.
And I'll try to remember also to show it on a Saturday as well. So I don't always remember to bring things to show them, but I've got to show you guys the pink pumpkin quilt too,
Oh boy.
which I need to finish. So if I can finish both of these by Saturday, I'll show them to you.
That'll be great. It sure has been a wonderful day, Stephanie. Thank you so much for inviting me to sew with you.
Thank you. It's been so fun. It's always nice to have somebody to sew with. I just think it makes the project more fun when you have somebody to talk to and working on the same thing.
And it's really brought my my creativity out, and I'm really kind of I don't know, I seem happier since I discovered y'all.
Oh, good.
And I think it's because I do live so rural, and I feel like y'all are in my living room and we're sewing together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I started sewing on YouTube, because when I first started sewing on YouTube, I was asked to do a tutorial for a company, and she's like, "Oh, make a video." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, make a video, put it on YouTube." And I was like, "Huh?" And so that's kind of how I started, but I continued it because I thought, well, now I have people to sew with. Because I really don't have anybody right around me to sew with. So that's been really fun for me, and it's really helped me also. I'm an introvert, and it's really helped me come out of my shell quite a bit.
That is great.
So I really enjoyed this journey, and the thing I've enjoyed the most is just getting to know people. So that's been
we can all do it from the comfort of our home, or for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing, right? Because all this sewing stuff weighs a lot, so it's hard to like pack it up and go sew with people every week, right?
Right.
So the one thing that I feel like that we all gained from the pandemic is like the online stuff. I think it's brought the world closer together.
Yes.
So
that's like I tuned in with you and Russ this morning, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was cutting up my pieces to finish my cozy quilt. And I thought that, so, but I enjoyed it because you two were sewing and talking, and I just felt like you were right here with me.
Yeah.
You know,
I love sewing with Russ. He's so much fun and has become such a good friend. And again, I met him through YouTube. He actually was watching me a couple of years ago, and he said, he reminded me of this because I completely forgot it last year in Georgia. He said that during one of the lives, he said, "Oh, I'm glad we're like virtual friends." And I was like, "What do you mean virtual friends? We're real friends." And he said that stuck with him.
Right. I'm trying to tell my husband, stay out.
Oh.
He's looking at me through my window, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm sewing.
So I thought that was really interesting that sort of stuck with him. And I got to meet him in person last year at the Georgia retreat, and he's just become a really good friend. And I feel like the people I'm closest to in my life right now, friend wise, is people I've met through this. So yeah, it's been cool.
And our group is amazing.
Yeah. Charlotte said, so thankful for the cyber sewing community. Exactly. And Robert said, Julie, your fab choices for your tulips is stunning.
Well, thank you so much.
That's so sweet. So as a reminder, really quick before we go, the sew day we've been talking about with Stephen and all of our friends, including Julie here, is every Wednesday from 9 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. You don't have to come at 9. You don't have to stay till 4. Russ pops in on his lunch break from work, and you're welcome to do that too. We love having people, and the group has grown, and we enjoy every single person that comes. And all we do is work on our own projects all day, and we chat. And sometimes we have sewing conversations, and sometimes we have other interesting conversations. It turns out to be quite funny sometimes. But it keeps us going and we have a fun. So if you're interested in doing or sewing with us, I put the link there in the chat. That's the Zoom link. It's a permanent Zoom link, so it'll work every Wednesday unless we tell you guys otherwise, which every once in a while, if one of us is out of town, that'll change. But otherwise, that's the permanent link. So if you'd like to join us, you can just pop in when you can. Let's see what else is coming up. Next Friday on So Many Questions,
Mhm.
I'm going to go over needles. I've done solid fabrics and I've done threads, and my next question was about needles. So I'm going to talk about needles, needle sizes, things like that. So if you're interested, that will be up on Friday. At some point in the next 2 weeks, not going to tell you an exact date because then you guys are like, where's the video? But it depends on what fits in my schedule. But I will be putting up 2 different videos. I will be putting up one on the flange binding, which I'm really excited to do because I want to finish that quilt. I need to get the binding on it. And then I'm going to put up the video with the first Winnie the Pooh 100 Acre Wood block number 1 video. So I can't wait to put that together. If you've seen my video with the box opening of the Block of the Month kit, you know how excited I am. I was super excited to get that. I wasn't expecting it, so I was like jumping up and down like a little kid.
Aw.
And it came yesterday, and today is my son's birthday.
Oh.
Luke, who the quilt is going to be for. He's turning 7 today. So I did not give him the sticker and button that John gave me to give him. So I'm going to give it to him today after we're done here. So I'm really excited about that. And then tomorrow we're taking him. He's almost nonverbal, but he gets excited. You can tell when he's excited and happy. And I showed him some pictures of a local candy store and he got really excited. So we're going to take him to a candy store tomorrow.
That is
And
great.
just let him pick whatever he wants. And he's just
Mhm.
I know he's gonna have fun. So between that and the Winnie the Pooh, I think he's gonna have a good birthday. So let's see. And then next Saturday, we're gonna sew the Bosom Buddy pattern. And that is a free pattern from By Annie. And let me put that in the chat really quick. You just have to sign up for an account, which doesn't cost you anything. Oops, I typed the wrong thing. And then you can get the pattern for free. And it is basically a padded seatbelt cover. And it is to support Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which most of you know is October here in the States. Is that a national thing? Do you know?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's national, like international, or if it's just here in the States. But anyway, here in the States for sure, it's October's Support Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So for that, they're giving away that pattern for free because it can be worn lower for women who have a chemo port or have mastectomy to protect their body there when they're driving in the car. And for other people like my daughter, who's only 5'2" and learning how to drive, will work for her neck because she's so short. The poor little thing. Even with the seatbelt adjusted, it gets her neck. So we'll be making that. And my friend Ingrid, who was here in the chat earlier, I'm not sure if she still is because she's working. She's going to be joining me on live to sew that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then the Saturday after that, October 12th, is my new pattern, Whirling Wonder. So I hope you'll come over and sew with me. And then the Sunday after the 13th is Russ's next sew day. His sewing shenanigans. So I'm really looking forward to that because I missed the last one because I was at retreat. So I can't wait to go to this one.
It's fun.
So if you're following me, if you're following Russ, if you're following our friend Steven and all the other YouTubers, you know there's a lot going on in October. So I don't think you'll be bored.
No.
But from Julie and I, we can tell you we'd love to have you on Wednesday. Come join us. Come sew with us. You'll meet amazing people. That's how I've met Julie and gotten to know her. And I'm so excited to have her here today. So thank you, Julie.
And thank you for inviting me. I've really learned a lot, Stephanie. I really have.
Oh, good, good. So we'll say goodbye to everybody for now. Julie, hang on the line for a minute.
Okay.
And hope to see you guys on Wednesday and on all the other things throughout the week. Until next time, keep sewing and have a great week. Bye.
Bye, y'all.